Hey everybody, I'm back. Um, I don't know if this is going up before or after my Stardew Valley video, but that's the series that I'm bringing back to y'all. It's a recent game that came out on Steam. It's very much like Terraria, Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, has elements of all of those. Really, really fun game so far. I recorded an episode yesterday, and then hopefully this is going up before it, probably. But that'll be my new series on the channel. I have not uploaded a video in a year and a half, apart from my Shakespeare Star Wars production videos. So I'm very excited to be back at it. This vlog is to let you know that I'm back, and also to explain where I've been for the past year and a half. Don't worry, I didn't get dressed up for you guys, although that is a happy coincidence. I had an interview earlier today that actually went pretty well. I'll talk about that later. So where have I been for the past year and a half? Well, Cody, Ambient Potato, and I started a website called casualsgaming.com. It was, the initial idea was gaming news and reviews. And then we expanded it to include like gameplay videos and, looking back at old games and different series like that. We called that series Chronicles for a little bit. And that ran for a while. We had a few third people. I'm having trouble speaking. We had a few people come in as like a third person that were assisting us. We had Bob for a little bit. He was great, but he wound up having other opportunities elsewhere. And then we had Jared for a little while, and he wound up moving as well. And then it's been really hard keeping the momentum going on the site, with articles and videos and all that kind of stuff. So it became a lot, and it became kind of a stress on Cody and I's friendship. So Cody dropped out. So for a little bit, past month or two or so, I've been running the website by myself. We have videos called peep shows that are like quick looks at new games. So I've been doing like solo peep shows and things like that, and it's just not quite the same without somebody else there doing it. And I was doing a Fallout 4 series for that channel, and then I've made the decision to separate traditional YouTube Let's Plays and things from that channel. I want that channel to be, game trailers and maybe like review videos or, our peep shows and other series that we do, not necessarily traditional Let's Plays. So that's kind of why I'm reactivating my channel, because that's still an area of video production that I very much enjoy. Is doing traditional Let's Plays, and that's why I continued it forward on the new website. So that's why I'm reactivating my channel and putting new stuff up here, is because there are games that I want to play and record and have fun with, but I just don't want them on that other platform, the Casuals Gaming platform. So that's kind of where I'm at with the channel. I'm going to try and only do one game at a time, just because I'm a busy guy. I have a lot of responsibilities now. I'm an adult, as it were. I still assistant direct at the high school like I did before. However, next year the lead director is leaving, so it's kind of up in the air as to what's going on in terms of shifting people around, and that's what my interview this morning was about. Just letting the vice principal know my vision for the program and where I would like to be, which is head director of the theater program there, where I would like to be next year, and kind of how I want to achieve a few small changes in the program if I were to take over. So that's kind of what that was about this morning, which was a good experience. Absolutely. The vice principal and I get along really well, so that wasn't an issue. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I've been, what I've been doing. You guys saw I did those Shakespeare Star Wars productions at Wright State. Hopefully, if you haven't seen those and that might interest you, feel free to watch them. They're hour to an hour and a half each. I split it up into two parts. One of them I did in the fall of last year, and the other I did in the spring. Much of the same cast returned, which was huge for me. It was kind of mind-blowing, because the first production, it was my first time directing by myself, and so you learn a lot about how to delegate people and how to break down the script and I didn't have a lot of help. And that's not necessarily other people's fault. That's more on me because I didn't seek as many people out for help as I could have. And I'm very, something I've come to learn about myself is that I'm very easily discouraged. And so I had to really fight that the whole time as I was directing those two shows. But the first show came together near the end. That's for sure. Like the week of show, Tech Week, it really came together. And the cast had a blast, and so I guess I shouldn't be surprised that they all wanted to come back for the second half, but it made me feel really good when they did. And then the second half, there was one scene in particular I will never forget, Act 3, Scene 5, and it's when they're assaulting the Death Star. And in the book, I should say, because I adapted it for the stage, and for the stage that I had, and for the limited number of cast members I knew I would be able to have. So I had to rewrite a lot of things and cut a lot of characters because of that. And that scene was kind of a clusterfuck. And it's a lot of just shouting call signs, and there's not a lot of logic and order to it. It's a lot of just like one-off lines. And if any of you have ever acted on stage before or have seen a play, you know that most scenes have a logical order they follow, a series of events that, as an actor in the show, it's easy for you to memorize the sequence of events. So if you don't remember your line exactly, you at least know how to progress the story. Well, this wasn't really that way, and it's not really that way in the book either. It was just any context that scene had in the main book was kind of taken out because of all the cuts I had to make. So that was kind of a clusterfuck, and they didn't really know their lines for it, and they totally screwed up one of the performances. And so I taped both performances, and they had a better run the second night. So for the video, through the magic of editing, I took their Act 3, Scene 5. Is Act 3 Scene 5? No. Act 5 Scene 3. No. It's Shakespeare, so it's been a while. It's been like a year since I did it, and all that information is totally out of my brain, and it's in a binder somewhere. But it's the starfighting, the Starfighter space battle with the Death Star. So I took the footage from the second night and spliced it in where the footage from the first night is, and that's why the whole play, we have great audiences. First night, it's all the students, and then the second night, it was mostly families. So, of course, the first night, there's uproarious laughter, and people are having a great time because it's people they know being these iconic characters that they know, and are having a lot of fun with it. And so there's kind of some meta humor there for them. And then the families are, they're happy to see their kids in productions and having fun on stage and exploring different creative outlets and things like that, but they're not, laughing jovially and loudly and robustly. And so that scene in particular doesn't have all of the laughs that the other scenes have because of that. So that's a little weird. I actually experimented trying to bring some of the laughter audio from the first performance into that scene. It was a mess. I just didn't do it. It also didn't feel honest to do that. It was bad enough that I was splicing performances together. But that was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about directing just those two shows. I did, for the second show, I did all of the set building and stuff pretty much myself. I got a couple of my friends to help out. So if they're watching, you know who you are, and holy crap, thank you. Because we had, I built the trash compactor walls, and that was a really fun scene. I got most of the sound effects myself, and then had a sound effects person running the soundboard, kind of fill in the blanks where I'd missed. I had my characters do voiceovers and things like that. Yeah, it was a lot of work, and I paid for all the costumes out of pocket. All the costumes, all told, through both shows, probably like $800, and I don't have a lot of money. I'm a college kid. I don't have a lot of money, so I spent a lot of money on that show, and but I think it came together really well. So I don't know why I'm talking so much about the shows. That's the most notable thing that I've done apart from the casual stuff. In between when I stopped uploading videos and now. So we're hitting 10.5 minutes here. Good Lord. I talked about Star Wars for a while. Sorry. Anyways, I'm excited to be back. If you guys have any questions about where I've been or what I've been doing, sound off in the comments and I will answer as quickly as I can. But I'm just happy to be back, be uploading Let's Plays on this channel, so I can get back to interacting with, my original fan base, which is you guys. So thank you for, most of you stayed subscribed, which blows my mind. I'm a little confused actually, but thank you. It's flattering. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.